Hi guys, welcome to Dweeb Factory Cinema Talk. I'm your host Charlotte, and with me today we've got...
I'm Jason the X from SCNS Live.
I'm Philip, Redbeard TV.
I am Chris from Redbeard TV as well.
And I'm Mike, also from Redbeard TV.
All right, let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
Season 6 of Walking Dead premieres October 11th, right around Halloween. So after watching the trailer, it looks like it's Rick versus Morgan. Which of the two do you think is better equipped to handle the residents of Alexandria?
Oh, Rick, because Rick has lived there for a while. But Morgan also has been out on his own. Surviving on his own. So.
I mean, I think what's really unique and what's so great about the show and the comics alike, but at this point, they're such totally separate, pieces of fiction that slowly but surely, like Rick and his band of survivors, I guess, they're kind of slowly becoming the bad guys, right? So as outsiders, the people of Alexandria, like as a viewer of the show, you understand the decisions they're making because they've dealt with other people who are just horrible. But the decisions that they make to the citizens of Alexandria, especially at the very end of the last season, and Morgan walks in and like Rick's just capping that dude because he's had too much. Like Rick's like, I'm done with your business, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't having it. I'm not about that life.
I love the full circle it's come around to, because it started out with Morgan being like Rick's beacon of hope. Like Rick wanted to be like Morgan, and now like Morgan comes around and he's going to become the enemy in the end. So he went from being like, what you wanted to do to now what
the character
Rick is
on
against.
Rick is changed so much. I mean, he had to stop somebody from raping his son, and he ripped his throat out with his teeth.
With his teeth,
So,
that is true.
Rick's kind of a badass at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, let's talk about CW Fall TV.
The C-Dub. That's what I call it.
We got the official Flash trailer with all the speedsters. We've got Legends of Tomorrow, Hawkman and Hawkgirl, and we've got Diggle's helmet. So, Jason, let's start with you.
I just like the name Diggle.
I know. Diggle's helmet is stupid. I'm sorry. Let's leave a T right here where a bullet can just kill
Right
you.
between the
And
eyes.
what did we mention earlier? One of his enemies is Deadshot.
Yeah.
A guy that would go, man, that helmet's stupid. Bang.
There's also a lot of open neck area too, I noticed.
But
area.
I remember looking at concept art of this, and it was like he had a visor to actually hide his identity. Why no one has figured out that Diggle is Oliver Queen's bodyguard by now, I don't know.
If they added a visor to it, though, it would look just like the Judge Dredd helmet.
Okay,
And,
fine.
less like
Still, we
Magneto and
wouldn't know
Brad.
it was.
True.
Hey, that's John Diggle. Hey, that's Oliver Queen's bodyguard. Wait a minute. Whoa.
And who forgets a name like Diggle?
You just will not let go of Diggle.
I want to get a toy
You
Diggle
want a
so I
Diggle?
can tickle the Diggle.
Well, speaking of costumes, let's talk about I don't know why I said that. Legends. I keep wanting to say
Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow, the Hawkman and Hawkgirl. What did you guys think about that new outfit?
Well, I think we know Zack hates it.
I think Zack hates it. Zack?
It's another
Charlotte,
Greg
Charlotte,
Berlanti.
you don't have to remember the name because it's going to be canceled in like a season and a half.
Oh.
Man.
Come on, like
Wow.
Jason, White Canary.
Yes. Actual
Poor Zack,
canon
he's
character.
super
Let it go.
Oh, great. We can't develop new characters with great storylines. Let's just bring out like the pretty blonde chick who died.
Do you want Constantine in Arrow?
Yes.
No.
Then accept White Canary because that's how she's coming back.
Yeah, I want Constantine as much as
Lazarus
possible.
Pits. She can come back in the Lazarus Pits. That's not a part of Constantine.
Yeah, but Constantine's going to explain the Lazarus Pit. I'm calling this. I'm like Babe Ruth. I'm calling the shot here. If you want Constantine, you're going to have to deal with Miss Lance coming back.
And Constantine's like, what, one episode?
Hey,
Maybe
enough.
two?
Like the fan outcry wasn't enough to get him on the show in the first place?
I agree with you.
They're
I'm just saying
probably going to bring him
Zack's
back.
going to hate it one way or the other if he's on one
Yeah.
episode or
You know
12
why I
episodes.
like it? Brandon Routh is the Atom. I think he is great comedic.
Superman as the Atom.
Superman as the Atom is a win.
Yeah.
Hey. we already know now that actors can play multiple roles. Captain
That's
America was the
true.
Human Torch.
No kidding.
Right.
Right.
But then he got better.
Green
And went back
Lantern
in
is
time and got
Deadpool. And
He did go back in
Yeah.
time.
He got bigger. and
Maybe
went back in time.
he was one of the Flashes.
so let's talk about the Flash.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
What do you guys think of all the speedsters coming up in season 2?
I thought the show was called The Flash and not The Flashes.
Part of the
Hot
Flash
Flashes.
continuity is a large family of speedsters. Impulse, Jesse Quick, Max Mercury. I couldn't think of...
Where does Usain Bolt fit into this? He's one of the Flashes.
He's distant family.
He's
Yeah,
distant
he's a
family.
cousin. He's a cousin, third remove.
Like, I want a big 80s intro to the Flash now with a cheesy song and all the Flashes.
Oh man, I love that
It's gotta
song.
be
It's like
like-
Flash.
But we're going to see Jay Garrick. He's already introduced himself.
Young Moose.
when Barry was running through time, we saw alternate versions of Caitlin. We saw her as Killer Frost. We saw the Flash Museum. There are alternate timelines all out there, and they've always delved into time, especially when what's his name killed.
Looking at the wrong dude. I was about to ask you a question about time travel. I was just waiting for Jason to get finished and be like, if you could run to the past,
when Cisco eventually,
what would you do?
When Cisco eventually,
I would
becomes
see
Bond.
dinosaurs.
But Cisco died.
I would invest in Apple.
Cisco's alive again. Time travel is already part of this. We got to deal with it. And with Professor Zoom coming back in the first place, time travel is going to be part of this, and that's part of the Flash universe. You're gonna have to get used to.
I think it's going to be Diggle-tastic.
Well, let's talk more DC.
More Diggle.
More Diggle.
We got Suicide Squad, the real villain, not part of all of the villains, but the real big baddie, is going to be Enchantress. So, rumored. Rumored. It is rumored.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Enchantress, yeah.
My client. So what do you guys think about them bringing magic into this gritty universe? I'm going to start with you, Zach.
Yeah, Zach.
Yeah, you better start with me.
He's opinionated.
You see this giant board?
Oh, my.
Those are lives. There's a small chip I installed inside your brain. No, I'm just kidding.
It's funny. It's called Suicide Squad. That's exactly what I'm going to want to do after this movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm gonna go see
No,
it sometime.
I'm excited for the movie. Excited for Jared
You're the
Leto.
only one.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be there by myself. But why are you incorporating magic into it? Like, I saw some not even concept art, I saw photos of, like, these creatures inside of a bank. I'm like, no, I want, like, guns and blood. I want, like, hardcore, gritty Harley Quinn, Joker, Deadshot kind of, like, a comic. I do not want to see magic. I'm sorry. I don't like
Dance
Constantine. I don't like Swamp Thing. I don't like Zatanna. I don't like the DC, like,
Zatanna.
Dark Justice League.
You know, I think it would be one thing if I think it would be better. I think it would be more accepted if DC had a pedigree of doing that with their movies, but they don't. I mean, for forever, as long as I can remember the DC cinematic universe or whatever they're trying to build, they really push for a more gritty, like real life kind of thing. Like even like the Dark Knight, like it wasn't really like only one of those movies had Batman in the title because they don't want it to seem campy. Like DC wants their movies to be like real movies, but they just so happen to be comic book characters. Like Superman, they don't even they barely call him. They passively call him Superman in Man of Steel. So like to kind of retract that and then go for a whole magical spin on it is really awkward, and I felt odd. But I don't know if you guys have heard this, but there's a theory that I really like that I'm going to share with you guys today. If you guys haven't already heard this, have you heard? I know I've talked to you about
Jason Todd theory?
The Jason Todd theory.
It's outstanding.
The movie is going to be way better at it. Have you heard about this? Okay,
No, please enlighten me.
So,
The Joker.
Zach, have you heard this?
Almost makes you kind of sort of want to see it.
Okay, so the theory
I'm
is
not okay with this
the
theory.
theory is and it would make it way cooler because you know what, like a lot of people, me included, aren't really like thrilled with how you know his Jared Leto's Joker looks. Now, mind you, that being said, I haven't seen the movie. I'm gonna like reserve judgment because I didn't think Heath Ledger would be a fantastic Joker, and like I was like, the guy from 10 Things I Hate About You is the Joker. And then when the movie came out, I was like, that was the best thing I've ever seen. So that being said, Jared Leto's Joker, like I'm like, why does he have tattoos? That seems really weird. He looks like a caricature of the Joker, not really necessarily what the Joker looks like. So the theory is, and I don't know if you guys haven't played Arkham Knight, spoiler, I don't want to spoil anything, but you discover that Jason Todd is like the Arkham Knight, is because he was tortured by the Joker, went crazy and wanted to exact his revenge on Batman. Now during his torture, the Joker like brands Giant J into the side of his face on his like the left side of his face, and it's exactly where Jared Leto's Joker has a J tattoo on his face, and his teeth are all replaced. So the theory is that Jared Leto's Joker is actually like Jason Todd, who was tortured, like was given like Joker tattoos, and then they also reference, if you see in the trailer where Batman is walking through his house and there's there's a Robin costume
Right,
and it
with
has
the
ha
suit.
ha ha tats like spray painted all over it, and so is Jared Leto's Joker has those tattoos. So was he being punished and like actually getting tattoos put onto him?
He also opens the paper and says, "You let your family die," and who else would know that?
But Jason Todd.
Jason Todd.
Exactly.
So that would make it the ultimate Joker because he knows all of Batman's secrets.
Your brain just exploded out of your
No,
head.
it's not in a good way.
No, I.
To hell with that whole theory.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
If
think
that- if that's what
better.
happens,
It
oh
makes
God,
it
I may walk out of the theater.
Red,
It won't
Red
happen,
Hood,
but it
Jason
explains
Todd
the
is one of my
tattoos.
babies. Like, just.
Dude,
Ugh,
that
it
is
just
so
makes me.
bad. Oh,
Makes my
no.
stomach hurt.
All right, Zach, what do you think?
Have you guys, so what they did is that they show the costume, there's bullet holes in, like, both shoulders,
Yeah.
and Jared Leto has wounds of those bullet holes in his first release picture. Like, in the costume, this Joker.
No.
Yeah.
I can't even with this. Let's move on.
Yeah, because I mean, but like, how
just-
perfect would that be?
it
Because
just
like, I mean, like,
hurts my
what an ultimate secret is that they're actually reserving who the Joker really is, like what actor is actually the Joker. But it makes sense that Jared Leto's Joker would look like that.
I'm just. It's a.
I'm right there with you. Like, I'm just pulling my hair out, trying not to cry.
I feel like Florida Evans from Good Times. Damn, damn, damn.
All right, guys. Well, let's move on. We've got some video game movie news.
Yeah.
We've got the first look at Assassin's Creed, the new outfit, and rumors are swirling about an upcoming Mega Man movie. Given the struggle video games movies have faced in the past, what are some of your fears or expectations for these two movies?
All right, let's start with Mega Man because I had never heard about it until now.
It just literally just started. Fox is looking to do this after the failure of Fantastic Four. They're looking into other properties besides the superhero genre because,
They
like
want
I
a
said,
franchise.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I could see Mega Man working, but honestly, I want it to be CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
It would be better, like, I mean, the same thing, like, with Nintendo, they will let movies of their classic characters be made, but they have to be, like, animated. Because after, of course, like, the Super Mario Brothers, they were like, well, that was fucking
Underrated.
terrible.
Yeah.
look at something
Oh
like
my
Astro
goodness.
Boy
Philip.
from a couple of years back.
Yeah, exactly.
I could see that being
Mega
applied to
Man.
Mega Man.
Yeah.
Please don't go live action. No,
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 absolutely not. I
no
agree.
live action.
Well, but Fox.
Well, I mean,
It's gonna be-
Turbo Kid was a pretty violent, rad Mega Man movie.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
It
we
can
just
be
saw,
done.
we
It can
just
be done. You just have to put it in the
Zack-
hands of somebody that loves
Turbo
it.
Kid.
But as far as like the sets, like when you played Mega Man, you went through all the levels and
Yeah.
all the changing backgrounds and characters. I think it would work better as CGI.
What do you think,
What if
Philip?
you do?
I agree because I don't think Mega Man, and I also don't trust Fox at all.
Yeah.
So I
feel
think
you
as
there.
far away as they can get from putting humans on film or stuff like that, the better the movie's gonna be. Because I mean, seriously, how many times do they
stop
have to
putting
fail
humans on film.
Yeah.
before people are like, these guys don't know how to make these
You've
kind
heard
of movies.
us-
So I mean, like a
They
CGI
really
type
don't.
of thing, I think would be the only way I would get excited about it.
Namely
because-
the new Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Let's not even.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What do you think, Mike?
Well, what do you guys think if they did it like Ninja Turtles, where it was live in CG? So
That'd be cool.
So Mega Man was CG, but everyone he interacted with was a live person.
I think
That would be a really cool, interesting twist to like. So it's not just a direct like video game adaptation, but like he's just this weird character that lives in our world, and he's
That
like
would be
forced to
cool.
like adapt. That would be really interesting. That people discover that he actually has. Man, we just wrote the best Mega Man movie.
We
Come
did.
on, guys.
I would
You're
be really
welcome,
interested to
Fox.
see
let's
that.
let's put a short circuit vibe on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I would be interested to see that. It would make me interested. I wouldn't be as excited, I don't think, if it was all CGI, but I would definitely be way interested. Like I would go see it to be like, think
I
would
like
be-
that idea.
It has a
Yeah.
lot of
That
potential.
would work.
Yeah.
Again, I don't trust Fox to pull it off.
Oh God,
Yeah.
no.
They just
Somebody
shouldn't
could
touch
do it.
anything.
They really shouldn't. But
Well, speaking of Fox, so we've got new pics of Age of Apocalypse.
yes.
Oh,
So that released that leaked like today on Twitter, and like it was funny because I read the article from IO9 or one of those
Right.
one of those websites, and when I first saw the original Apocalypse, what's the name of that actor? He was on Deus, he was on Ex Machina.
It's Oscar Isaac.
Oscar
also,
Isaac.
He's also in the Star Wars.
Yes, he's also Poe in the Star Wars. Yeah, and the initial picture, of course, everyone was making jokes that he looked like
Ivan Ooze.
Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers movie. But but at the same time, like, and like a lot of my fans who are like way more into X-Men were like, well, hold on, man, reserve judgment, like I try to do. because Apocalypse
He's a bigger
can
person
change.
than I am.
Apocalypse can change form, and then the image that they released today looks like Apocalypse.
Yes, looks because cosplayers were showing them up.
Yeah.
Look,
Yes.
I was at San Diego Comic-Con. When
Kelsey.
Apocalypse appeared on screen, the crowd went like, you could see it on people's faces. Like, I was shocked, and then I was like, wait, look at what everybody else is doing. And everybody's doing
Everyone's the hell is that?
The crowd went whatever the opposite of wild is. Like the crowd went bewildered.
At first, they're like, yeah. Wait a minute, who? Who's that man?
Do you also think we're a little sensitive too because Doctor Doom was so awful in Fantastic Four? Like, oh man, Fox.
No,
stole another
we are
character.
not.
the
No,
point that
that?
Fox
if
gets
you
really
want,
confused.
if you want to know about Fantastic Four, go watch the review me and Matt shot right after we left that movie. It's
It's
Thank
a
you,
good
Zack.
review for a bad.
Yeah.
Good reviews for bad movies.
Yeah, as somebody commented, your review was better than that movie. Don't go watch Fantastic Four. And I never want to talk about it again, honestly. That movie was so bad.
I mean, seriously,
So
the
bad.
Fox should just take all of their licenses and like give it to Bryan Singer and let him just orchestrate.
Just let it go
their
back
whole-
to Marvel.
Well, that would be the better option, of
That
course,
would
but that's
be the
probably not.
dream, but it's not going to happen.
But can we
Anyway,
cuddle about
let's go back.
Assassin's Creed?
Assassin's Creed, yes.
Can we talk about
Oh,
that?
yeah,
yes,
we did not talk
please.
about
Yes.
Assassin's Creed.
So Philip and I are
Okay.
pretty big Assassin's Creed fans. What do you think?
Excited
You
about
saw
Michael
Fassbender.
Oh my god, I love Fassbender. I think he's a really good actor, and I'm really excited. Way more than it should be.
I
Yeah.
don't blame
So
you.
did you really like him in Shame when he was walking around naked the whole time? Yeah. It was real good, right?
Why wouldn't you? He's Michael Fassbender.
He's pretty. He's
Also,
pretty sexy.
He's a pretty man.
Yeah.
Who doesn't look at Michael Fassbender walking around naked and be like,
Every day you wake up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just happy
Turn
we're
that
getting
on.
another assassin. Don't go with anything established in
That's
video games.
exactly
Yeah.
it.
We've got a
Exactly.
whole rich history
Yes.
of assassins. Just pick an era.
I have a
I
lot
love
of
that.
I have a lot of faith. I have a lot of faith in Ubisoft. I have a lot of faith in Michael Fassbender. He's producing it, and the fact that like the first image they released, they're like, yeah, it's a new assassin.
And it's spot on, like
yeah,
possible.
yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
looks so great because he's Spaniard. They've never done a Spanish assassin yet.
Perfect.
And it makes so much sense because the Assassin's Creed universe is really expanded. They have comic books, they have books. There's like a Russian assassin.
Yeah.
There's a new comic that's coming out. I believe it's going to be shortly before Syndicate, and it's a modern day female assassin. So Ubisoft obviously knows that they need to like put a little more of a fair and balance, like Evie Fry and Assassin's Creed Syndicate is a female. So
We have enough periods of time to go through.
Yeah.
That's true.
They would be doing themselves a disservice if they were to have it be Ezio or Altair or one of the characters that are already established, because they have an entire Assassin's Creed kind of megaverse that crosses all kinds of different mediums, so it makes sense.
Can you imagine a Assassin's Creed type TV show where it's one person jumping back into different assassins?
It's Quantum
That's
Leap.
what I was just about to
Exactly.
say.
Quantum
It is.
Leap.
It is
But
Quantum
that'd be
Leap.
sweet,
But it's
but yeah.
it's murdering people.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to
Okay,
say.
it needs to be on Netflix. It needs to be on Netflix.
Exactly.
I know.
I was going to say, because Daredevil, like shows like Daredevil, Green Arrow, Flash, you guys were talking about earlier, they've had so much success that the doors open for shows like that dip into like the comic books, the video games, as long as they're done well. So as long as this movie comes out and everybody's like, that movie was done really well. It's a really good movie. I don't play video games, so I'm going to start
What
checking
do
this
you
out.
what do you think, Zach?
What do you think, Zach?
I think a lot is depending on the Warcraft movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big budget video game movie. If that does well, I think that will crack the door open for a lot more. Same thing with Assassin's Creed. If you have 3 really good video game movies that just kill it, I think that's a whole new genre that can take over. But if Assassin's Creed poops the bed and World of Warcraft poops the bed, then you're talking about an amazing genre that died way too soon.
Well, and again, that just reinforces, and that's why it makes so much sense that Fassbender is a brand new assassin, because they're not pigeonholed to a story or something that's already been
character.
written. They're not trying to adapt it. I mean, it's like they're making a Last of Us movie, and the lead writer from the game is adapting into a movie, and he was quoted as saying, like, man, I'm having a really hard time adapting a 19-hour video game into a 2-hour movie. And it's like, well, yeah, because The Last of Us was a really, really good video game that told the story through a medium of video games. One of my biggest pet peeves is you can have a movie based on, comic books, and that's great. You can have comic books based on movie. But what I hate is when, big publishers or PR people are like, our game is so great, it's just like a movie. It's like, no, that doesn't need to be the case. Like, Assassin's Creed can be a fantastic movie just based in this universe that's already established. Because even if you just take the bare minimum, you strip everything away, and it's about someone living through the genetic memory of their past, of an ancestor who happened to be like an assassin. That's it. That's all you need, and then they can just completely like from the ground up.
And you get to learn about a whole new character. You don't go in with like preconceived notions.
Exactly.
You get to make.
I'm so stoked because I think the movie's gonna do well. Fassbender's a great actor. It seems like they're taking their time doing it right, and then I think we're gonna get spin-offs. Like you were saying, they just had the Russian guy come out. They had the add-ons for the last game.
Yeah, they're doing
random assassins.
the Chronicles.
Literally, you can just dip out of a hat. This time period that humans were on the planet, let's make an assassin about it. And
once again,
so there's so much potential.
TV series. Scott Bakula could be the guy that runs the Animus.
That would be so awesome. Oh my god, that would be the best.
All right, so let's move on to the final topic. Ronda Rousey Roadhouse. Alliteration right there.
Oh,
Roadhouse.
I know you guys are huge. You're a huge Ronda Rousey fan. You love.
Well, we also love Patrick Swayze. Who doesn't like Patrick Swayze?
Patrick Swayze's my idol.
So would we want to see Ronda do like rips the neck out? We get to see that, right?
Just roundhouse kicking everybody right in the face.
A Ronda roundhouse.
Ronda Rousey.
I see what you did there.
I like Ronda Rousey the fighter. I do not like Ronda Rousey the actress.
Agreed.
You know, I think it makes sense though that they are utilizing her and they're reestablishing a franchise because, like what was that movie that what was her name? The other UFC fighter that was in it. It was called like.
Gina Carano.
Where they didn't even use her voice in that movie. I know what you're talking about.
They dubbed over it, but it was a new intellectual property. It was a new franchise, and it just didn't do very well. And it was like cast full of like a bunch of really famous people, but it just didn't do well. So by putting Ronda Rousey into a franchise like Roadhouse, more people are going to see it kind of based on the name.
I say this because I like Ronda Rousey and I don't want her coming and kicking my butt just in the middle of this.
And she could.
She would.
Yeah, she would beat the hell out of me. But I want her to become a better actress. I mean, look at we were talking about Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista is not that great of an actor, but when he landed the role of Drax, he went and got acting lessons. And I thought he was going to be the weak link in Guardians of the Galaxy.
See, for me, I think Ronda's going to do that because I don't know how much you guys follow UFC. I don't follow it that hard, but with like a few fighters, I follow it pretty well. And with Ronda, she's always said since she hit the circuit, since she started having success, she was like, I'm not going to do this forever.
Well, no, you can't.
She probably is only going to fight maybe 4 more times because she's getting to that point because she knows what it does to your body in old age and all that stuff. She's always said,
it's great to get it on top.
Exactly. And she's always said, hey, I've always had my plan. Once I started having really good success, she's always had these plans. That's why lately you've seen her in more movies. You've seen her at WrestleMania.
She was on Entourage.
Yeah, she was on Entourage.
And she was a bad actress on that one.
I think behind the scenes she's taking acting lessons. I don't know how much they will affect Roadhouse, but let's be honest. Roadhouse is a fantastic movie.
It's a campy movie.
I'm more okay with her in Roadhouse than I am with her as Captain Marvel.
Exactly.
Personally.
Thank you.
Because I mean Roadhouse. I love Roadhouse. I love Swayze. I love Sam Elliott. I wish I could be either one of them. Mm-hmm. But that movie's really campy and really just.
What if you get Sam Elliott to come back?
See, that's my thing. If they're going to remake
Elliott
has to be a different character. He can be somebody else. He has to. He can be the club owner. He has to do something because he's too awesome. Like,
he is too awesome.
If Bill Murray can be in a Ghostbusters movie and not be Venkman, Sam Elliott can come back in a Roadhouse movie and be the club owner.
I would watch it, but honestly, I want her to improve herself. I do.
What do you think, Zach?
What I think?
Yes.
About my wife or Ronda Rousey?
Ronda Rousey.
I'm afraid of both of them kicking my ass, so I just had to ask.
Oh, okay.
Respect the Sways. Stay away from all of his movies, please. Like, why?
We really don't have to remake every movie. Like, come on, let's get some fresh ideas up in here.
That is a totally different topic. Should they even remake Roadhouse?
They should totally remake Ghost because it would be completely accurate for Patrick Swayze.
You can go watch. Wow.
Too soon, man.
Oh, it's not too soon. He died like years ago.
When Ronda Rousey can act her way out of a paper bag, then we'll talk about her leading a movie. She's a great supporting actress. I liked her in Fast Seven.
No, she's not. No.
She's a great silent actress who fights and has a.
She'd be awesome as Charlie Chaplin.
She could be. She could be in the like green suits fighting. As an animated
Well, again,
character.
we'll reserve. I mean, like you were saying, I really hope that she does really well because that would be a really cool direction for her to go. Because we need more female action stars and stuff like that. We've been so oversaturated, excuse me, by like men in like almost every entertainment industry. And it's like, I would be cool with just like every movie and every video game for the next like 2 years to just have a strong lead female role just to balance the scales a bit, man. And so it's cool that they're doing that, like the all-female Ghostbusters. I'm all on board as long as it's a comedy and you have like really good CG ghosts. That's what made the original one so good, is because it was just a really fun idea, but it was a comedy first. It just so happened to work well because the CG still holds up till today. And they have a great cast.
Yes, they do.
Of the new Ghostbusters. And it also opens up, a lot of people were really upset when they were like, oh, well, they're going to also do like an all-male cast. And you have to remember that Dan Aykroyd, who like owns most of the rights for Ghostbusters, initially said, like a couple months ago, this is really cool, we're making more Ghostbusters movies. I would like to turn this into like a Marvel franchise where we start opening ghost-busting units all over the country.
If you played the Ghostbusters game, that was the whole plot of the end.
That was the whole part of the end of it, and that's what kind of inspired them to do it. Right.
Well,
so that'll be good.
That's it for Cinema Talk today, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm Charlotte. You can follow me at Charlotte Peasy on the tweets. And
I'm Jason the X. You can follow me on Twitter at Jason the X.
Philip, Redbeard TV. You can follow me at Viking Rugger 02.
Captain Redbeard, I go by. My name is actually Chris, but you can follow me at Redbeard Captain, or our YouTube channel is redbeardtv.com.
Is your name really Chris?
It's really Chris. More people know me as Redbeard. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, my name's really Mike, and you can follow me on Twitter at FullMetalPenny, or of course redbeardtv.com.
And that's Zack.
Hi, Zack.
All right,
Zack's
so
like
please
Robin Quivers from
like,
Howard Stern.
comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.